Наверное, вот этот, да, выбираем. И and then we choose this one. And then we start from beginning. So today we are going to speak about cinema and film directors and some famous people. We are waiting for the slides. Yes. So born to direct. So you know the word director. This is the boss of the company. But when we speak about films, director is a person who is in charge of making films. So film director, this is режиссер фильма. So this is file 7b in the book. So we start with the events in your life that are shown here. So, and the task is to number the expressions in a logical order, how they happen in our real life in chronological order. So we have the phrases: go to university, be born, go to primary school. What is primary school? What kind of school is it?
Частная, yes?
Prime means beginning, the first
начальная?
начальная школа, yes. Then we have start work. By the way, primary school, this is in different countries, they have different words for начальная школа. So this is the British primary school. In America it's called elementary school. То есть по-разному называются вот эти школы. Okay, so then leave school means leave, закончить, покинуть школу. Die, this is just some very sad. Retire, do we know retire? What does it mean? Retire. So retire means to finish work and to have a rest because of the old age, or so to stop working.
Пенсия, что ли?
Да, уйти на пенсию или уйти в отставку, ну, когда еще человек, например, военные уходят тоже в отставку. So retire. So fall in love, I think you know this. Then get divorced. When people get разводиться, yes. Have children, it's clear. Get married, we know this. Yes. Go to secondary school. Какая школа? Secondary.
Средняя, наверное.
Да, то есть та, которая начинается после primary. And separate. Separate, this is like get divorced, разъехаться.
Разделяться, нет?
Разделяться, да. Okay. So think a little and so to put these words in a logical, chronological order, how they happen in life. Давайте подумаем, как это происходит в жизни. So who can just read the whole story?
I can.
Okay, read please.
Значит, the first it is be born, then go to primary school, then go to secondary school, next go to university.
Okay. What about just about leaving school? We've missed leaving school.
Oh, leave school, потом go to university. Next, start work.
Okay.
Fall in love.
Good.
Get married. Have children. Then get divorced.
Sometimes, yes.
Separate.
Yes.
Retire and die.
Yes. So this is the life circle. Yes, that every Not necessarily all the points, but almost every people, they go through this circle. Okay, yes, and if we go to the next slide, we're speaking about this because we are going to speak about the biographies of famous people, and these people are connected with the films, making films, and so you can see there are two pictures from the films, The Birds, Птицы, and Kill Bill. And who directed these films?
Kill Bill точно Тарантино.
Yes. Tarantino is a famous film director. Everyone knows him. And so The Birds, it's given here at the top of the slide, Hitchcock. Hitchcock was a famous horror filmmaker. So just in the middle of the 20th century. So he was the film director of The Birds. And the question is, have you seen these films?
Kill Bill, yes. The Birds, no.
I see. And what is the genre of the film? What kind of film is it?
Ну как, это боевик, не знаю.
What's the English for боевик? Who remembers this? This is action film. Action film, yes.
Action, да, так и вот.
Action. Yes, action film, or I don't know whether it's a horror film. For me, it's horror film ужасов, because there's a lot of blood. So actually, it's called action film. Okay, and so we are going to read some information about these two film directors, Hitchcock and Tarantino. By the way, here are their pictures, Alfred Hitchcock and Quentin Tarantino. And we are going to read just 15 facts about them, about their lives. And we should decide which 8 facts are about Hitchcock and which 7 facts are about Quentin Tarantino. Do you see? So let us get started, and we start. Medina, will you read the first number 1, please?
He appeared in small roles in almost all of his films.
Yes, so we see that this is Alfred Hitchcock. То есть он в каждых своих фильмах в небольших ролях снимался. Yes, Medina, read number 2.
He was a very intelligent child, but he had difficulties with reading and writing. He left school when he was 15 and went to work in a cinema where he checked tickets at the entrance.
Intelligent child. What does it mean, intelligent? What kind of speech is it? Образованный, умный, smart, yes, clever. Ну, здесь в данном случае об интеллектуальных способностях. Okay. Can we guess who was it? Hitchcock or Tarantino?
I don't know.
We don't know. Okay, let us miss now this point. Ilham, what about the next one?
He was born in London in 1899. It is Hitchcock, I guess.
Yes. Right. Okay, Daniyar, the next one, please.
His muse is Uma Thurman, who he has directed in several of his most successful films.
Своих самых successful, успешных фильмах. Муза, да? So, who is this fact about?
I don't know. Я не знаю.
Uma Thurman. So this is Uma Thurman. To the right, this is Uma Thurman. So this is the star of the film Kill Bill. This is Tarantino. Uma Thurman снимает Тарантино. Okay. So the next one is for Anton, number 5.
He was married and his daughter Patricia appeared in several of his films.
Yes. So actually we don't know. We can guess. This is Hitchcock, yeah. Okay. So the next one is for Rodion.
He went to school at St. Ignatius College in London and later studied art at the University of London.
Who was born in London? Who was born in London? Do you remember?
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. Yes, Hitchcock. Okay, Nurgali, please. The next one is for you.
He was famous for not liking actors. He once said all actors are children and should be treated like cattle.
Cattle. So do you know the word cattle? What is cattle?
Чайник, нет?
Yes, this is a kind of humiliation. Cattle is, we call cows, donkeys, bulls, they are cattle.
Скот, типа, да?
Скот, да, крупный рогатый скот. So, and famous for not liking actors. Знаменит тем, что он не любил актеров. Говорил, что all actors are children. Все они как дети, и с ними нужно обращаться как со скотом. So, this is very rude. Well, who was this person? Hitchcock or Tarantino? Well, maybe, yes, Tarantino. We have the word that just tells us who this fact is about. He was, when we say, you know that Tarantino is still alive. Это человек, который до сих пор живет, да? А здесь мы говорим he was famous. So it's not Tarantino. This is about the person who has already died. Человек, который уже умер, да? Потому что мы говорим о нем в прошедшем времени.
Если Тарантино больше неизвестен?
Ну, вот поэтому мы не можем сказать, вот number 2, he was a very intelligent child, but he had difficulties with reading, да? He left school. Вот это глаголы в прошедшем времени, потому что, в принципе, они даже, если человек жив, мы также можем об этом сказать, что он был ребенком, да, и закончил школу, и там имел какие-то сложности. Поэтому здесь очень сложно сказать. Но когда мы говорим, что да, это было, прошедший этап жизни используется past simple. Но Тарантино до сих пор жив, поэтому здесь и до сих пор знаменит. So number 7, this is I'm sure this is about Hitchcock. Okay. So Mizina, what do you think of number 8?
He was born in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1963. It's Tarantino.
Yes, this is Tarantino, and this is the United States of America, Tennessee. Okay. And so the next one is for Ilham.
He spent a short time in prison because he could not pay a parking ticket. No, not pay. I don't know.
Okay, so it looks like parking tickets appeared just in the second half of the 20th century.
Ну, а что, когда Альфред был, у него не было, что ли? Тогда не было машин, что ли?
Нет, машины были, но парковочные вот эти вот места could not pay a parking ticket. Ну, наверное, тоже были. So I think this is...
Наверное, да, Тарантино это.
Тарантино, такая более современная реалия. Okay, so Daniyar, the next one.
His muse was Craig Kelly, later Princess Grace of Monaco, who he directed in several of his most successful films.
Yes. So
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. Okay.
Hitch-
Yes. And the next one is for Anton.
He died in 1980. Hitchcock.
Good. Okay, Razion.
He began his career as an actor. His biggest role was in an episode of the TV series The Golden Girls. He played the part of a man who impersonated Elvis Presley.
Мгм. Начал карьеру актера. Самая большая роль в эпизоде сериала The Golden Girls, Золотые девушки, I don't know. Played, он в этом фильме играл Элвиса Пресли. Мгм. Who looks like Elvis Presley? Do you know Elvis Presley?
Yes.
No.
So not everyone knows Elvis Presley. Okay. What's the name of the person? Hitchcock or Tarantino?
I think Tarantino.
Tarantino, yes, you're right. Okay. Nurgali, number 13.
He never won an Oscar for Best Director. Also, he was nominated 5 times when the Academy finally gave him an honorary Oscar. He received a standing ovation. He just said thank you and left the stage.
Мгм. Never won, никогда не получил Оскара за лучшую режиссуру, although хотя был номинирован 5 times. И когда Академия Оскар наконец gave him an honorary Oscar, вручила ему почетного Оскара, он получил овацию. Все люди встали и аплодировали. Он сказал thank you, покинул сцену. So, is it Hitchcock or Tarantino?
No, I don't know.
This is, we can guess looking in the tense which is used here. Мы можем догадаться по грамматическому времени, которое здесь использовано. When a person is alive, we can say he never won. Если человек жив, то мы же не можем сказать, он никогда так и что-то не сделал, потому что он еще жив, он еще может это сделать. But when we speak about a person who doesn't live now, so we just say the fact in the past simple. So this is about Hitchcock. Поскольку глагол past simple использован, значит, это уже прошло, и это уже не изменится. So this is Hitchcock. So the next one, whose turn is it, Medina? You?
He has been nominated for an Oscar for Best Director, but he hasn't won one yet. It's Tarantino.
Yes, you see, has been nominated. He was nominated, or has been nominated. This is present perfect. He hasn't won yet. Не выиграл еще, да? So everything is possible. He can win an Oscar in future. Okay. So Ilham, please.
He says he hates drugs and violence, but they appear a lot in his films. Это Тарантино.
Yes, because this is present simple. Настоящее время about Tarantino. And this is very, I mean, he hates drugs and violence. Он ненавидит наркотики и насилие, но они в его фильмах постоянно присутствуют. Okay, so we can see that, but we don't know. I think number 2 is about Alfred Hitchcock. Yes, number 2. Intelligent child, difficulties with reading and writing, but I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, we can understand about the person even only knowing some grammar rules. Мы можем, зная грамматику, разобраться, понять жив человек или уже ушел из жизни, да, вот такую роль играют грамматические правила. So these are the questions, like if we look at these facts about Hitchcock's life, what tense are all the verbs? В каком времени глаголы, когда мы говорили о Хичкоке?
Past simple.
Yes, only past simple. Yes, his muse was, he directed, never won. Okay, and 7 facts about Tarantino's life. 3 tenses are used. What are the 3 tenses?
Present perfect.
Okay. Then. The last one, number 15, he says present simple, yes, and also past simple when we speak about facts in his life connected with childhood, for example. То, что у него, например, связано с детством, past simple также используется. Okay. So, and today we are going to speak about the difference in the use of the present perfect tense and the past simple tense. Here we have several examples of these 2 tenses. So there are 4 questions. The first one is, how long has Tarantino been a director? Как долго Тарантино является режиссером? He's been a director since the 1980s. We use this, the present perfect tense here, because it started in the past and it still goes on. Действие, то, что он стал режиссером, началось в прошлом, и до сих пор он режиссер. Вот для описания такого действия используется present perfect. So, and the next question, how many films has he made? He has made 6 films. Сколько он фильмов сделал? Has made, also, this is the present perfect, but it has another function. It shows some kind of result which we have now. То есть present perfect здесь показывает, какой результат мы имеем на сегодняшний момент того, что он сделал. So he has made 6 films, but it can change. Эта цифра может измениться, поскольку жизнь продолжается. And the next question, how long was Hitchcock a director? He was a director for 50 years. He died, nothing can change, so that is why past simple is used. Вроде бы тот же самый вопрос, how long, но поскольку человека уже нет, то используется past simple. И в ответе тоже он был, he was a director. And how many films did he make? He made 52 films. This is also about past events which can't be changed. События в прошлом, которые уже не могут измениться. And then we have, in the box, we have the rules. You should use the present perfect plus how long, for, and since to talk about a period of time from the past until now. Мы используем present perfect вот с этими фразами, когда мы говорим о периоде времени, from the past, который начался в прошлом и продолжается до сих пор. How long have you been married? I've been married for 10 years. I am married now. It means до сих пор человек находится в этой же ситуации. And then we use the past simple plus how long and for to talk about a finished period of time in the past. Past simple используется, когда мы говорим о законченном периоде времени в прошлом. How long was he married? He was married for 2 years. He is not married now. Сейчас он не женат. Да? So, обратите внимание, что предлог for, он используется из past simple. Вот предлог since с past simple не используется, только с present perfect. А предлог for может использоваться из past simple. So, don't use since with the past simple. He was the prime minister since. То есть, если мы говорим о прошлых событиях, мы не можем использовать since, потому что это действие закончилось. It's better to say he was prime minister from 1999 to 2003. So here are the rules, and then we have practical exercise. So the task here is to circle the correct form. So we have the example. She was and she's been ill since May. Ну, она заболела с мая месяца, начиная, да? Ну, поскольку здесь since присутствует, то мы видим, что действие началось в прошлом, до сих пор продолжается, и поэтому мы выбираем present perfect. She has been ill since May. Okay, so Medina, read the first sentence and choose one of the options.
Martin left school 2 years ago.
Exactly, you are right. Это было в прошлом, поэтому используем past simple left. Okay, Ильхам?
I lived in Cardiff for 2 years, but then I moved to Swansea.
Good. I don't live in Cardiff now. That is why we should use past simple. То есть все это осталось в прошлом, past simple. Okay, Данияр?
Anna was in the company since April.
Since, во-первых, читается, да?
Since.
Так.
Since.
Tell me, please, does Anna work for this company now? Она сейчас в этой компании работает?
Она... так. Нет.
Нет. Ну, смотрите-ка, здесь начиная с апреля говорится, да?
Ой.
Да, она работает. То есть она до сих пор
Работает.
там работает. Поэтому здесь должно быть использовано время present perfect, yes. Anna has been in this company since April, okay? So, on the next one, please.
My sister had her baby yesterday.
Yeah, had her baby yesterday. Yesterday, when we have the exact date and no preposition since or for, and this date belongs to the past, we should use past simple. Когда у нас какая-то конкретная дата говорится, и не присутствует предлог since или for, и эта дата принадлежит прошлому, вот с этими словами, как yesterday, last week, last year, обычно используется past simple. Здесь имеется в виду, что она родила ребенка, да? То есть это событие рождения ребенка было вчера. Если бы мы говорили, у нее есть ребенок, my sister has had a baby since там какого-то числа, там, да, тогда было бы present perfect. Здесь лучше использовать past simple. My sister had a baby. Well, Родион?
I work in a travel agency. I have worked there for 20 years.
Yes, this is similar to number 3. I still work for this agency, so this is present perfect. I worked. Okay, so Nurgali?
The city changed a lot since I was a child.
Look, if we have the preposition since, we can't use past simple. Only present perfect. То есть предлог since — это показатель времени present perfect. The city, Nurgali?
The city has changed a lot since I was a child.
Yes, то есть здесь обязательно должно быть present perfect. Okay, so Medina?
They are divorced now. They were married for 3 years.
They were married, yes, because they are not married now. Okay, past simple должно здесь быть. Okay, Ильхам?
I met Sandra when I was on holiday in Italy.
Two past simple. I met when I was. When we describe some kind of a story, some past events, we use past simple. The succession of actions. Когда мы описываем какую-то последовательность событий в прошлом, обычно используется past simple. Okay, good. And so also here we have one more exercise where we should use both the present perfect or past simple tense. So you see that you can see that the phrases are given at the end of the sentence, and we should use these verbs and subjects in the sentences. So these are kind of short conversations. So conversation A and B, conversation 1. Let us listen to Anton and Rodion. Anton for A, please.
Where does your brother live?
Live. Rodion.
In Verona.
So Anton A,
How
Rodion B.
long?
Yes.
Yes. How long he live there?
Давайте посмотрим, как долго он живет. То есть он живет до сих пор. Мы должны использовать present perfect. Present perfect состоит из двух частей. Глагола have или has и третьей формы смыслового глагола. В данном случае смысловой глагол live. Третья форма этого глагола как звучит, Антон? Третья форма. Это правильный глагол. В прошедшем времени он имеет форму lived, да? То есть третья форма у него lived. Так, получается
How long has lived there? How long has lived there?
Так, только he пропустили. Поскольку это вопрос, то вот у нас has, вспомогательный глагол есть, а потом подлежащее he используется. Что получается?
How long has he lived there?
Yes.
Only for 6 months. He moved there last September.
Yes. Here we have past simple. То есть в одном разговоре у нас и present perfect, и past simple. Okay, so conversation number 3. Let us listen to Nurgali and Daniyar. Yes?
Number 3?
Number 2, sorry.
Two?
When did Picasso died?
Die. When did Picasso die?
А почему die, а не died?
Потому что did, потому что мы вопросительное предложение построили, и мы использовали вспомогательный глагол did, поэтому смысловой глагол в первой форме. Okay?
In 1977, I think in Paris.
Paris.
How
He died. He is not alive. And we describe past events.
How long did he live in France?
How long did he live in France? У нас опять did, live будет в первой форме. Okay?
For a long time, he lived.
Так, это неправильный глагол. Live, left.
Left. He left Spain when he was 25.
Yes, good. So, as far as we are speaking about the person who does not live now, we use only past simple. Здесь только past simple используется. And number 3, Medina and Ilham.
My brother and his wife get on very well.
How long have they been married?
They have been married since 1995. They were met at university.
Sorry.
They, да, там другое же время.
Нет, здесь. So here we describe the past events. Они встретились в университете. Здесь вот это вот be лишняя опечатка, по-моему.
They met at university.
Yes.
Так, не понял, вы мое предложение разобрали или что?
Нет, это было, это же A говорит. They have been married and they met at university. Потом B идет. Really?
Really? What university were they went to?
Did they?
Did they went?
Did they go? Совсем забыли,
Did,
как
да, did they go, да.
did they go.
Did.
Past simple образуется с помощью did вопроса, да? А смысловой глагол в первой форме. What university did they go to? So you should keep in mind so the forms of the verbs. Не забываем формы глагола, да? Okay. And now the speaking task for you is you should think about an older person, взрослый человек, a friend or a member of your family who is alive and who you know well. And you should prepare to answer the questions about their life and to tell your partner any interesting information about them. So everyone should think about this. Рассказать о члене вашей семьи или каком-то человеке, которого вы хорошо знаете, о друге, о знакомом. And here are the questions. So, and the questions are divided into two groups. As you see, there are questions to the left. The questions are about the past events. When was he born or she born? Where was she born? Где и когда родился этот человек? What did he do after he left school or she left school? Что делали после школы? Like get a job, go to university, get married, have children. And about the present events, about where does he or she live now, где этот человек живет сейчас, how long has he lived, как долго он там живет, what does he do, чем занимается, and what does he do in his free time, чем занимается в свободное время. Do you think he has had a good life and why? Как вы думаете, человек прожил хорошую жизнь и почему?
То есть это надо про знакомого или про любого человека?
The person, this is about the person that you, member of your family, for example, who you know well, которого вы хорошо знаете.
А если я никого не знаю?
Как вы никого не знаете. And it should be an older person, человек уже взрослый. Некому рассказать. О своих родителях расскажите. Взрослые же люди.
Окей.
So who can start?
Это сейчас? Это не домашнее?
Yes, now. Medina, will you? Medina, are you here?
Yes, yes.
Can you think of any person that you can speak about now?
He was born in Taraz.
Okay, can you start with presenting the person, the name of the person, and just in what kind of relation you know this person?
It's my grandmother called Zamira, and she was born in Taraz. I don't know when. She went to university after left school, and then get a job. She worked a doctor.
As a doctor?
As a doctor, yes. Then she get married. And
this is past simple. Sorry to interrupt.
She got married and had 3 children. She lives now in Almaty. She has lived there 20 years, maybe. And now she retired.
She is
retired. She is retired. She like traveling in her free time. And I think she has had a good life.
Great. Yes. Why?
Because she get married and she had children. She traveled a lot and travel now. And she
I see. And being a doctor is very very good job because it's doctors help people. Yes, they take care of people. They have very good mission in their lives. Yes, good story. So who else will speak about somebody? Rodion, will you?
I don't know.
Yes, you should speak. Do it now. You don't know what? Whom to
Я не
speak
знаю,
about?
кому.
Do you know any? Do you have any uncles or aunts, for example, if you don't want to speak about your parents? Дяди, тети есть?
Есть. Я мало
You don't-
знаю о них. Даже очень мало, я бы сказал.
So, do you think you should just know something about them? Познакомиться можно с ними, да? So I think family is very important, especially nowadays, during pandemic. Во время пандемии семья как-то стала ближе людям. И вот обязательно нужно как-то узнать что-то подробно о них. So who can speak about one person, member of your family or a friend? Nurgali, will you? Nurgali?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I will tell you about my sister. She was born in 1990 in Petropavl. After school, she has she went to the university. Now she lived. Now she have a job. She is an ecologist. She has lived in Turkey.
She lives in Turkey, yes?
Yes.
And she has lived in Turkey for
since 1 month ago.
For 1 month. She has lived in Turkey since last month. Yes. What does she do in her free time?
In her free time, she has read the books and traveling.
And travel. And she travels. And the last?
Yes, I think that she has had a good life because Даже не знаю, что сказать.
I think she is successful in her career, right?
Yes.
And yes, good, very interesting. So, anyone else want to speak about a person? Еще кого подождем? Так, что это?
Антон вылетел.
Сейчас посмотрим. Не получается выйти из этого режима. Так, минуточку. Ага, так, теперь.
I can try.
Okay, so welcome.
My grandmother was born in 1952. She was born in... Как будет село на английском?
Village.
Ну, village это деревня же, как бы.
Small town.
Small town. Small town, Чилик, знаете, да? She did... Нет, she did...
What did she do?
Вот как вот... She went to the university after school.
Okay.
And then she worked...
Okay. Worked as?
She worked at school.
She worked at school as a teacher, right?
As an English teacher, yes.
Really? English teacher? We are
Yes.
colleagues. Yeah.
She live now in Almaty. Nowadays she has... Retire это глагол?
No, this is an adjective, прилагательное.
Как будет глагол?
To retire. Обычно используется фраза she is retired, to be retired. She is retired.
Retire, да? Типа в прошедшем началось, там и закончилось?
She is retired. Ну, так же, как it is interesting. Or she is retired. Она есть вышедшая на пенсию, вот в таком плане.
She is retired now. I think she has a good life.
She has had a good life.
Yes.
Good. Very interesting. So does your grandmother help you with English, Ilham?
Sometimes. Не так сильно. Ну, английский я, в принципе, сам могу делать.
It's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So, who else will speak? Does anyone else want to speak about their relatives or friends? Кто еще расскажет? No one else. Okay. Let us just finish with this and go on because we have some listening task. Now let us have a look at this picture. In the picture you can see the two people, Francis Ford Coppola and Sofia Coppola. And Sofia Coppola is Francis' daughter. And what is Francis Ford Coppola famous for? Do you know him?
No idea.
No idea. So he is a famous film director, and he shot the film The Godfather. Do you know Godfather?
Yes.
Крестный отец. So he's the director of the film The Godfather. Он снял вот этот фильм. And he's very famous, but his daughter Sofia Coppola is not so famous. And now let us have a look at some facts connected with Sofia Coppola. And we are going to listen to part of the TV program about Sofia Coppola. Before we listen, let us guess what the connection is these facts have with her life. For example, the first fact, New York, 1971. What do you think it means?
She was born in New York.
Okay, what about the other facts? We have The Godfather, Lost in Translation, The Godfather Part 3, California Institute of Art, The Virgin Suicides.
Maybe she was... Как сказать? Имела роль? Have a role?
She played in the
She
film.
played in The Godfather, maybe.
Maybe, yes. Because here, number 3, we have The Godfather Part 3, and there is a name of one of the characters of the film, Mary Corleone. You know, Godfather, this is the film about the history of Italian family in New York, in America, and their name is Corleone. This is Corleone clan mafia. Okay. What about Institute of Art?
She studied at the California Institute of Art.
You can say she might studied. Okay, now we are going to listen to the story and check these facts. And you'll tell me if you can hear or not. Я включу запись, и вы скажете, слышно или нет, окей? Слышно?
No.
Да?
Нет.
Не слышно.
Не слышно?
Нет, не
Нет.
слышно.
Нет, не слышно. Так, сейчас попробуем исправить. Каким образом исправить? Так, содержание. Добавить звук. Вернуться. Слышно?
Yes, yes.
Good evening and welcome to Film of the Week. Tonight we're going to see Sofia Coppola's film Lost in Translation. This film came out in 2003 and it gave the young film director her first Oscar nomination. Before it starts, Anthony, can you tell us a bit about her?
Well, of course, as you know, Sofia Coppola is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, so you could say that she was born with a camera in her hand. She was born in New York in 1971, while her father was making the film The Godfather. And in fact, she actually appeared in the film. She was the little baby in the baptism scene. After she left school, she decided to become an actress, but her career as an actress didn't last long. When her father made The Godfather Part 3, he gave his daughter a part in the film. She played Mary Corleone, the Godfather's daughter. But it was a disaster, and the film critics wrote terrible things about her. So she stopped being an actress, and she went to the California Institute of Art, where she studied fine arts and photography. Then she decided to become a film director. 1999 was a really big year for her. She directed her first film, The Virgin Suicides, and this time the critics thought she was great. She also got married to the film director Spike Jonze, but they separated after a few years. And then in 2003 she made her next film, which is the one we're going to see now, called Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation was the film which made Sofia Coppola famous. For this film, she became the first American woman to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Director, although she didn't win it.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. And now let's watch Lost in Translation.
Okay, so do we understand?
7.6.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
3. He gave.
So as we see, we were right about the first fact that she was born in New York in 1971. What about the second fact, the Godfather? What do you understand about this? Number 2, it's given the Godfather. How is the Godfather, the first part, connected with her life?
Your father makes a good father.
Who made the Godfather? She?
Father.
Her father.
Yes, he was directing the film The Godfather when she was born, right? Mhm. And she, okay, maybe we need to listen for the second time. What else do we know? Fact number 3. How is
She
it?
played in Godfather Part 3.
And so was it a success?
No.
So the critics just said it was a disaster, okay?
Disaster.
California Institute of Art.
After that, she entered to California Institute.
Okay, and what did she study at this institute?
Art and photography.
Right. What about the 5th fact, the virgin suicides? Девственницы-самоубийцы. Yes, 1999. What is it?
Her first film.
Right. Was it a success?
Yes.
It was. The 6th fact. Spike Jones.
Типа,
She
Okay.
got married.
She got married to Spike Jones, and he was film director. Did the marriage last long?
No, they separated after a few years.
Good, okay. And then Lost in Translation. Трудности перевода. About Oscar nomination. What do you understand about this?
she was the first woman who was nominated to Oscar.
Yes. Did she get the Oscar?
Yes?
No, she didn't.
No?
She was only nominated. Yes. Okay. Well, if we move to the next slide.
7.5.
Here we can see we can see actually this text one more time, and so let us just listen to it one more time. Maybe we can understand the details better. Еще раз послушаем. Так, я не вижу, а вот оно.
7.5.
Слышно?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Good evening and welcome to Film of the Week. Tonight we're going to see Sofia Coppola's film Lost in Translation. This film came out in 2003 and it gave the young film director her first Oscar nomination. Before it starts, Anthony, can you tell us a bit about her?
Well, of course, as you know, Sofia Coppola is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, so you could say that she was born with a camera in her hand. She was born in New York in 1971, while her father was making the film The Godfather. And in fact, she actually appeared in the film. She was the little baby in the baptism scene. After she left school, she decided to become an actress, but her career as an actress didn't last long. When her father made The Godfather Part 3, he gave his daughter a part in the film. She played Mary Corleone, the Godfather's daughter. But it was a disaster, and the film critics wrote terrible things about her. So she stopped being an actress, and she went to the California Institute of Art, where she studied fine arts and photography. Then she decided to become a film director. 1999 was a really big year for her. She directed her first film, The Virgin Suicides, and this time the critics thought she was great. She also got married to the film director Spike Jonze, but they separated after a few years. And then in 2003, she made her next film, which is the one we're going to see now, called Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation was the film which made Sofia Coppola famous. For this film, she became the first American woman to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Director, although she didn't win it.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. And now let's watch Lost in Translation.
Okay, so the interesting fact here, maybe we've missed when we were listening for the first time, that she, when she was born and her father was making the film The Godfather, she appeared in the film. She was a little baby in the baptism scene. Младенец в сцене baptism, в сцене крещения ребенка, in the baptist scene. Okay. Well, do we understand everything here? Все здесь понятно?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we can understand it better now. Okay.
7.
And this is the task which is connected with the home task. I mean, this is the here are the questions that can just answering them. We can speak about films, and so the question is: have you seen a good film recently? Which one and who was in it? Как этот фильм называется? Кто в нем снимался? What's the best film you've seen this year? Who directed it? Самый лучший фильм, который вы видели в этом году, и кто был режиссером? And what's the worst film you've seen this year? Who directed it? И, может быть, фильм, который вам не понравился, и кто был режиссером того фильма. So, can you think of any films just answering these questions?
Я могу.
Okay, yes.
I don't remember which film I watched recently, but the best film I've seen this year. It is serial Peaky Blinders. There are 5 seasons, and I don't remember who is directed.
Director.
Director.
Do you remember the actors?
Yes. They played Cillian Murphy, Paul Anderson, and I don't remember John's. I don't remember surname.
Why is this film so attractive for you? What kind of genre is it?
Genre is criminal drama and action. I like this serial because I like как это сказать, классическая одежда, в общем, классические костюмы.
Classical costumes, yes, classical costumes. I mean, costume. This is это как раз именно костюм какой-то сценический.
And I like тема 20 века, theme of 20th century.
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 Do you mean this is a kind of a retro film?
This film about British mafia of 20-х годов.
1920s.
1920s.
I see. Very interesting. Well, when we speak about a film that you like, we need some more information, right? And there is a kind of situation when we just want to find the information on the internet and just copy paste it. So don't do this. Вот когда мы говорим, so it will be your home task to make the video when you speak about the film that you like, the film that you've seen recently, or the film that you don't like, and about the film directors and so on. And you should just make the story yourself. Есть всегда у нас соблазн найти готовую какую-то информацию в интернете и, что называется, слить ее, да? Давайте не будем этого делать, а составим рассказ именно сами. And that will be part of your home task. You should write the story